All right, let's just get right into it. We have all been there. You find your economy seat for a flight that's going to be, what, 10, 12, 14 hours long? And that feeling just starts to sink in, right? That slow dread. You know you're about to face a serious test of your patience, your posture, and maybe even your will to live. But what if I told you it doesn't have to be like that at all? I mean, that really hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It feels just like that. You're trapped in this metal tube, breathing recycled air, squeezed into a tiny space with, let's just say, questionable food. It's this misery that basically every long haul traveler knows. But what if all that suffering was actually optional? Yeah? What if you held the keys? What if I told you that walking off that plane feeling refreshed and human has absolutely nothing to do with luck? And it definitely doesn't mean you have to shell out 5 grand for a business class ticket. Nope. It's all about having a system, a protocol, if you will. So this is what we're talking about, the economy survival protocol. And look, this isn't just another blog post with a few random tips. No, this is a complete system. It's designed to give you back control. Control over your environment, control over your body, and most importantly, control over your sanity. And the thing is, this whole battle for comfort, it's pretty much won or lost before you even get to the airport. Phase one is all about the pre-flight intel. It's about making these really smart, strategic choices on the ground that are going to pay off in a huge way once you're up at 35,000 feet. Okay, so the most crucial piece of this is your intel. For years, everybody used SeatGuru, but here's the deal. It's often super outdated. The real pro's choice now, it's a site called Aerolopa. It has these amazingly detailed, up-to-the-minute seat maps. This is how you avoid those dreaded red seats. You know, the ones with no recline or terrible legroom or right next to a loud galley. Seriously, a 5-minute check on this site can literally save you 14 hours of pure misery. All right, let's quickly run through the pre-flight checklist. First thing, set an alarm on your phone for the exact second online check-in opens. That's your golden ticket to snagging the best of the remaining seats. Second, don't be afraid of the back row. It's actually a great spot. You can recline without feeling guilty, and there's a much higher chance of getting an empty seat next to you. Oh, and here's a great hack. Always order a special meal. Doesn't matter if it's vegetarian, kosher, whatever, you get served first. That means you can eat and get to the bathroom before the big rush. And finally, your armor for the flight. Dress in layers. Merino wool is amazing if you have it. And please, please wear compression socks. They're not just for your grandma. They seriously prevent swelling and even dangerous blood clots. Okay, phase two, your survival kit. Now, we are not talking about packing another heavy bag. No way. We're talking about maybe 3 pounds of carefully chosen gear that can basically mimic a business class experience. Well, kind of. It turns your tiny little seat into your own personal command center. So this is it, your in-flight command center. It's a small bag, an essentials only seat bag. And the whole point of this is so you never ever have to do that awkward, clumsy climb over your sleeping neighbors to get something from the overhead bin. Everything you need for the whole flight is right here. We're talking noise-canceling headphones, a really powerful power bank. I'm talking 20,000 milliamp hours because you can't trust those seat outlets. All your cables, snacks, lip balm, moisturizer, any medication, even a pen for those customs forms. It all lives right under the seat in front of you. Okay, now for your secret weapon. And it's not a water bottle. Ditch the regular water bottle and get yourself a wide mouth thermos. This is an absolute game changer. You just ask the flight attendant for some hot water, and suddenly you can make your own tea, or instant soup, or even a cup of oatmeal. Think about it. A warm, comforting meal at 3 in the morning when the cabin is freezing and dark. That, my friends, is a little slice of first-class sanity right there in economy. All right, let's talk entertainment, or what I like to call the neck-saving cinema. I mean, holding your phone for 10 hours? No thanks. That's a one-way ticket to a sore neck. So first step, you got to use what's called the tax rule. Find a show you are dying to watch, and you make a rule. You are only allowed to watch it on the flight. It becomes a reward, something to look forward to. Then you just have to download everything before you leave home. Finally, you create your hands-free setup. You can use a pop socket, you can flip your sunglasses upside down to prop your phone up. There's even a cool trick where you put your phone in a plastic bag and hang it from the tray table latch. Brilliant. Okay, we're on to phase 3, and this might just be the most important one of all, the biological reset. You have to understand, that airplane seat isn't just uncomfortable. The entire cabin environment is basically hostile to your body. It's actively working against you. But you can fight back. Just look at this number, 40%. That is, honestly, it's staggering. After just 3 hours of sitting in one of those cramped seats, your blood circulation can drop by up to 40%.
And this isn't just about feeling a little stiff when you stand up. No, this is a serious health risk. It leads to swelling, and it dramatically increases your risk of deep vein thrombosis, those dangerous blood clots.
So what's the solution? Well, it's actually really simple. You just have to move. Set a little silent alarm on your phone or your watch to go off every 3 hours. And you don't have to get up and do yoga in the aisle or anything. Just do these really subtle movements right in your seat. Ankle rolls, calf pumps, flexing your feet, shrugging your shoulders. That's it. It's enough to get the blood moving and keep you from feeling like a total fossil when the plane finally lands.
Have you ever wondered why you can sleep for like 6 hours on a plane and still feel completely exhausted? Well, this is why. It's called cabin noise fatigue. That constant 85 decibel drone from the jet engines, it forces your brain to work overtime, nonstop, just to filter it all out. It drains up to 60% of your mental energy. This is why noise-canceling headphones are not a luxury. They are an absolutely essential survival tool. They literally give your brain a break, saving that energy so you actually arrive feeling alert instead of totally drained.
Okay, this next one is one of the single best hacks for getting actual, real, restorative sleep on a plane. It's the uninterrupted sleep rule. Once the cabin lights dim and you get all comfy under your blanket, take your seatbelt and buckle it visibly over the top of the blanket. Why? Because when turbulence inevitably hits, the flight attendants can just walk by, see that you're buckled in, and they won't wake you up to check. It's such a simple little move, but it can literally save you hours of precious, uninterrupted sleep. All right, so we've covered your gear and we've covered your biology, but there is one final secret. It's something that frequent flyers absolutely swear by. It's a seat selection strategy that kind of goes against what most people do, and it can truly be the difference between getting a full night's sleep and getting woken up by your neighbor every 90 minutes. I think we can all agree, an aisle seat is prime real estate. You get the freedom to get up, stretch your legs, go to the bathroom, all without having to climb over two sleeping strangers. But, and this is a big but, not all aisle seats are created equal. There's the amateur's aisle seat, and then there's the pro's choice. So let's take a look at a typical wide-body plane layout. You usually see this 3-4-3 configuration. Now, where do most people go? They instinctively book those aisle seats on the two outer sections, right next to the window blocks. And that is the amateur move. The real prize, the pro's choice, is one of the two aisle seats in that center block of 4 seats. This is the strategic move. This is the seat that seasoned travelers, and even flight crews on their days off, will try to book for themselves. So why? Well, the logic is actually brilliantly simple. If you're sitting in one of those outer aisle seats, the person in the middle seat next to you has only one way to get out, over you. But if you're in one of those inner block aisles, the person in the middle of that block now has 2 escape routes. They can go left or they can go right. Just based on that simple choice, they are 50% less likely to choose your side to climb over. You get all the benefits of an aisle seat with literally half the disturbances. It's genius. And last but not least, let's talk about the arrival. That last hour or so before you land is your window to hit the reset button. So about 30 to 60 minutes before landing, head to the lavatory with your little refresh kit. We're talking face wipes, toothbrush, lip balm, maybe even change your shirt or your underwear. This little ritual completely washes away that gross, stale airplane feeling. It makes an enormous difference in how human you feel when you step off that plane. And really, that's the whole philosophy behind this protocol. The goal isn't just to survive the flight, it's to win the arrival. It's not about gritting your teeth and enduring it. It's about using a smart system to take back control, to manage your environment, and to step off that plane feeling refreshed, clear-headed, and actually ready to start your trip. So now you know the protocol. The next time you book one of these long-haul flights, you've got a choice. Are you going to be a passive passenger, just at the mercy of whatever the airline throws at you? Or are you going to be a strategic traveler who actually owns the experience from start to finish? The choice, as they say, is yours.